You're listening to a Lost in the Groove segment.
Having good vibes with your bones and joints. Taking a trip into the groove. American groove into stoner world. Gonna fly.
Is what I did. I made that noise.
What is that?
I was trying to clear space for what I was saying, I guess, is what. But it was funny because, like, I don't know. I think it was like some type of stoner noise or something where I was just like, and it was like, it was an interesting sound that I've now put on this podcast.
Yeah, as well. But the thing is, like, the thing that, okay, to be honest, be very
But it made
fair.
sense, right? Like it was like I said a whole bunch of something without words. Like it was like she didn't say anything, but I kind of get what she's saying. Like
I honestly feel like I honestly feel like the episode was titled Cheech and Chong the Revival was kind of like a little bit to do, but to be fair, like I mean it was a pretty good episode, but I don't know.
I do. I think it was the name for sure. It made it clickbaity. But either way,
not gonna lie, like we do that shit all the time. Like we're genuine as fuck, but like to our core, we want you to be like YouTube porners. Like literally just click away and enjoy the experience. But like all seriousness though. Yes.
it was really fun to know that a bunch of people at least listened to the very beginning of our podcast.
Oh yeah, they made it to like mostly made it to like almost 2 minutes, which by the way is impeccable. Congratulations.
I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's the most views I've ever gotten. So I think maybe we should just make a Cheech and Chong podcast. And every single episode we just talk about Cheech and Chong all the time. We might actually do really well.
Just talking about fucking Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Bro. Okay, listen. I wanted to like the thing about it is like we're kind of like stoner culture, and like we kind of like influence that crap all the time. Like sometimes we do like make politic or like wild outlandish episodes out there. Like we've talked about.
Yeah, I talked about Hitler's time machine one time, right?
Yeah, and then
we talked
we've
about the aliens.
Right.
Yeah.
We've talked about the
Antarctica.
Chili's experience. We've talked about Antarctica.
The Chili's experience.
Yeah.
What was that? What?
We talked about you going to Chili's.
It was
I
really
remember.
good.
Yeah. And we had like that whole experience, and like that episode like never like took off. But
there's this place called Texas Roadhouse. Have you ever heard of this?
Yes. They make the garlic toast you can buy in the freezer section.
No, that's different. That's just Texas toast.
No, it's called Texas Roadhouse Toast.
Oh, I mean, they might have toast, but I didn't think so.
No, but I know
I've never seen toast.
It's a franchise.
Okay, well, their ribs this weekend.
You went there for this weekend?
Out of this world. Those ribs were so fucking good. Those ribs were good, David. Yeah, I went there this weekend.
Baby back, baby back, baby back,
and
baby
the
back.
Ribs were good,
Ribs.
okay?
Baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, ribs. Get in my belly.
So good. Out of this world good. It was my dad's birthday this weekend.
Aww. Well, happy birthday.
Dad is 72.
Whoa. You know how you say that in Hebrew?
I don't know.
Shvim the Stein. 72.
It's cute.
Yeah. I know this This door is kind of.
No,
This door is good.
you're okay. I got, all the regular stuff for my dad. It was really cute. Well, they were supposed to leave town, but then this hurricane is like whipping in, so they were like, "Okay, I guess we're not going to Florida," because
I
they were
mean,
supposed to go to Florida.
is there like little mobile home going to be okay? Because I mean, this
Who knows?
it might not.
Like,
It
it
might
really
get
sad. If it gets if it gets destroyed, they're not allowed to rebuild it.
really.
Like, if it they're allowed to repair things, but if it were to get, flattened out or, super fucked, they're not allowed to, buy a new one and, put it in the plot.
Why not?
It's, some type of rule where, if something happens to the mobile homes, you're not allowed to, replace them, because there's already so many mobile homes there, and they don't want anybody adding new mobile homes, so you're not allowed to bring any new mobile homes into the
That
area.
sounds dumb as shit.
Even if yours gets, burned to the ground, you're not allowed to put a new one in.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
There was a really bad hurricane a couple years ago, and mom and dad's place did really well, but everybody makes this hurricane sound like it's, absolutely horrid, and I
mean,
know
it's a
that's just
category.
because of the one that just happened.
I mean, it's
What?
category 4, so which is, but it's interesting because this one has like a, it's kind of like the pussy that's got like the really tiny hole. Okay, because this one's like 3.8 miles in diameter, and I'm just like, girl, if you're the dude that's got to deal with a pussy that tight, shit, that's gonna be a hard ass night. I'm telling you right now.
It's just it won't no. I think guys
That's
actually
some hard pussy,
like
okay,
that.
girl? Like, them coochie ain't ready to pop. Like, you gotta be ready for it. Feel me?
It's gonna be difficult to initially start. But I feel like comparing the hurricane to a vagina is a little strange. I don't know.
Girl,
My fucking
come
vape
on. I have an
pen is,
inappropriate
dead.
mind. Like, when I hear little hole in hurricane, I'm just like, butthole or pussy hole, okay? Like, those are my two options.
You watch the news and you watch the hurricane, spin and, all
Yeah,
you
and I'm
see
just
is,
like, I'm just thinking of like Pornhub, okay? Like, the first 3 videos that come up,
You
and
need
plus
to
the
lay
ads.
off the porn. I'm happy that your family gives you enough privacy, but honestly, people should not be watching Pornhub really even on a weekly basis.
God,
It's really I just don't think it's good for you. And
first of all, I'm joking totally right now. But
I also think that there's better quality stuff than
I
Pornhub
know.
too.
I'm just fucking around, but I love how you're taking me so serious right now, and I'm just like, whoa.
I had to quit Pornhub. I was like, this is not good for me.
I get a little I get a little bit of it from time to time, but generally, I'm usually pretty reserved.
I can understand I think I looked at Pornhub more when I was in an unsatisfying relationship. I would say when I was single, I did not have as much interest, but when I was
when we went from hurricane to this, it's like hurricane and relationships.
You said Pornhub.
Relationships.
I was like, let's talk about Pornhub.
Oh shit, girl. There are things that should not be on there, okay? There's just
there is. That's why I'm saying it's not good.
No, it's not
good for you. No one should be on there, honestly. Like I said, there's better quality somewhere with a safer search bar.
Yeah, buy DVDs from sketchy warehouses that sell them on eBay, right?
Is there anybody that they go on Pornhub and that's what they were actually looking for was the worst Like, and so then, like, they actually are like, "Yeah, this is the best." Like,
It sometimes paints like a really unrealistic picture of like what the real world is, because it's kind of like an imaginary setting, an imaginary, like, feeding your fetish, feeding your desire. And
and, like, it looking like someone else likes it, like, it's pretty ridiculous, but, like, I wonder, cause like, they say that, like, men know, like, how to do all kinds of things now because, like, there's, like, porn and they, like, watch porn and, like, whatever else, so it's like, there's this, like, idea of, like, people before porn that, like, they weren't very, like, educated as far as, like, sex tricks and, like, different, like, just, like, positions and, like, variety and, like, being, like, sexually interesting, like,
can I tell you my personal
so it's like
experience as
what?
a gay
People, like,
man?
they'd use, like, words, like, you think dudes, like, shared information with each other? Like, "Oh, you gotta try this," like, before they could just, like, all watch each other
Listen,
do it?
from my little bit experience with gay men, the shit that they have picked up from porn and they've tried to do in the real world is horrendous. It's like, honey
Yeah, you're
boo boo
right.
child, like, listen to me, all right? I want to be pleasured, all right? I want the gravy train to end. Like, that is it. I want it to
You're
just
totally
finish.
right, like, it's like yeah, but
You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
yeah, when they don't get it right, it's really pathetic. Like, I remember I shouldn't talk like this, but, like, I
oh,
remember,
honey
like
child, be as dirty as you can, girl. We got a
well,
dirty ass little
no,
tiny little JJ hole hurricane coming our way.
I
Woo!
just
We gotta
usually
be
don't, but I
wild.
remember, like, this guy, like, try to, like, pick up my legs and, like,
Mm-hmm.
lift them, like, around him, and I was like, "Uh,
Wait,
no."
lift your legs or his legs
My legs, like, up, like, around him, and I was
around his
like,
head?
"No, no." He just, like it was like he would, like, try these, like, moves that, like, wouldn't, like, hit. Like, it'd be like
Oh, he'd be watching those TikTok tutorials, you know?
something, like, I don't know, he would, like, get this idea of, like, this, like, position to try,
Oh
and
shit.
it's like, "You should probably, like, tell me or, like, something." I don't know, it just, like, wouldn't, like, work, and I assumed that's what was happening is that he had seen, like, a porn or something and was like, "Oh, Imma try that," and then it was like, "No." Like, because those women pretend to like that, you know? That's the thing about porn is that, like, you got a bunch of people showing you things that they're pretending to enjoy. Like, both guys and girls. They're both like, like, pretending that it's enjoyable. Like
Well, they have to pretend that it's enjoyable because, like, everybody else is telling them on TikTok. Like, you got like 3,000 people that are commenting, like, tried, cool as AF, like, what's up, and like, you're just going down through the T's and you're just like, bruh, all right, it ain't working, okay? Like, the gravy train hasn't finished, all right? Gravy train hasn't finished. That
the
means you
gravy
haven't done
train.
your job, okay? Plain and simple. End of story. End of conversation. It's just like, gravy train don't lie. Gravy train never lie. Gravy train shall never lie.
Should never lie.
Okay, we all understand what gravy train is, right?
Yeah, I do, it sounds kinda
Okay.
gross. This is a thing that my mom gave me. It's a I think it's a Republican thing,
Oh shit.
and
Should
it says, "Since Democrats took the White House, prices have increased 19.3%. This means that the average family of 4 is paying an additional $17,000 per year or $1,400 a month to purchase the same goods and services as January 2021. I'm not saying this is true. I'm just reading what it says here.
I want to know where they get their information from. I'm not saying it's not correct. That's not what I'm saying. I just want to know where they get their information from. It's, for example, it's like a heckler, all right? You don't really give a shit where
I
the
believe it
person.
though, right? Like, look, like prices have increased 19.3%. I mean, I'm not going to say that I know exactly who's to blame for it. I mean, I know who's to blame for it. The government. I hate that we keep dividing the government into like these like different things. Do we not realize that both parties are the government and that they're both fucking us? Like, it's not one versus the other. They're both fucking us. Like, why does
Doesn't
nobody
matter.
see this? Like,
It doesn't matter which side they're on. It to me,
I don't ever remember eggs costing less than this. I'm
listen, what?
sorry. The eggs were never the eggs were never $1.50. Were they? I don't ever remember paying $1.50 for fucking eggs. Nothing
Hmm.
was ever that cheap. I don't ever remember anything ever being that cheap.
We
Nothing.
used to get a dozen. Yeah, we used to get a dozen large eggs for $1.50. Mediums were $1.35. Smalls were $1.25.
I think that's because I always bought fancy eggs. Like I always bought cage-free, like omega,
a
whatever the fuck
gallon
eggs.
a gallon of milk was $1.19.
Yeah, I mean there was a milk and bread they had to keep low. There's like a rule about it. Like you weren't allowed to
Yeah, but not
raise.
anymore. A carton of milk is now $2.69. It's close to $3.
They didn't put that one on here. They got a lot of different shit, but they didn't put milk on here. They put a dozen eggs, 151, and they said that a dozen eggs is nearly $4 now. Is that true?
Well, for us, it's almost $3. So maybe
This says
I
$3.95.
$3.95.
Yeah.
Maybe they've like the fancy eggs.
Well, they've got like a national average is what's happening here.
So
So
they're
they've
like
averaged
calculating.
in the most expensive
But
cities.
again, where are they getting these numbers? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know,
You
there's a
know,
hashtag. I mean, fucking QR code.
you scan it, you find out all of the
Hashtag fake bitch. Remember when
fake
people
bitch
used to do
Karen.
that? I just
No.
wanted to do it. You don't ever remember people being like, hashtag your mom.
Oh my god. Oh god. Those are cringy days of Instagram. I know what you're talking about. Like
Yeah.
the weird face, like the weird selfies. It was like on a table, and they were kind of like hanging up. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yes. And it was like weird, and they were like doing that thing with your fingers, and you just kind of like liked it because you felt bad, and then you just kept on swiping on.
This is just so depressing.
Why are you reading this shit? You're making me depressed. And I'm like
Isn't
trying to like
it?
enjoy my high right now.
No,
Like I got
maybe
my
that's what's
pipe.
wrong. Is that I have no things.
Do you know
This is depressing. I have
one of
something
the
to
things
say
that I
about that, but you go
one of the
on.
thing one of the things that I heard today, which I thought was like really cool. Do you know who we have to thank for our national parks?
Theodore Roosevelt's wife,
Yeah, well also Teddy Roosevelt.
his wife. But yeah.
Yeah, but like without him we wouldn't have Yosemite. We wouldn't have Yellowstone. We wouldn't
I
have
guess there's a big ass fire in Wyoming. If the US government could stop destroying beautiful land, that would be
I
good.
know.
I'm just kidding. I don't really know, but
Yeah, but who cares? Like they're always blowing up shit and like creating experiments. But like the point is like
at least they
Yosemite.
left Hawaii alone a little.
Yeah,
Yosemite?
after they burnt it and tried stealing the land from the local people. But that's a
I
story
know,
for
but
another
they
time.
didn't burn it again, at
But
least.
they're gonna burn it whenever they want to burn it. Like these
Well,
people are
they'll
gonna
burn
just
it
burn it
again.
and just clean out the people and just flush them out. Like they don't care. It's free land. It's scorched now. Now we don't have an excuse of ripping out the trees and saying we're not killing things. I'm sorry, I have a very sick and sadistic mind. Give me a second.
Well, if we're gonna be sad and sadistic, I'm gonna point this out again. I'm gonna say, like, what if somebody made one of these, but they made one of these with like my life, you know, like.
Girl, I don't know if you really want somebody to make that for you. Like, I don't really know
I
if
know,
that's
but
like
isn't
something
the
you want to
idea
like
funny?
face.
Like, okay, but I don't know. For people who can't like see this, what this is like a paper with like a graph, and it shows like all of like the different things that people buy,
It
and
looks
then
like
it
somebody made
shows.
it on Canva, all right? Like,
Yeah, I think yeah.
yeah. It
I'm gonna make
right?
one.
Doesn't it look like it was made on Canva?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it'd be fun to make
It's really
one, but
nice
then
though.
like not make it based on money, but make it based on like weird, crazy shit that I have to do to like keep things like going.
Wow, I don't know where your mind is going with this, but I'm like very fascinated this very moment.
Like it's like, you know, like uh having, you know, like having the food that you need used to just take, you know, showing up. Now it takes kissing everyone's ass, showing up with a smile, ignoring reality. Don't know. It's like
Whoa, I got one. I got one. Having to deal with going to sleep, knowing that you're gonna wake up the next day and do the same fucking routine for 5 days in a row, baby. 5 days.
Oh,
Kill me now, Jesus.
I don't know.
Ooh.
The
Hallelujah.
but yeah, also if somebody just made like a graph that showed like all my expenses and then how much they climbed over the
Jesus,
past.
mine would be like a fucking fax, like a mile long. It'll just be keep on printing, and you just be like, whoa, is there any more paper in the machine? I'm like, get another roll because you're gonna need one.
I also love the Republican Party dancing around acting like this isn't their fault at all. Like it's at least a little bit. There's no way. Like even if like somebody was handling this shit for the past like 4 years, there's still no fucking way at all that they didn't contribute to this a little bit. Like it's just cuz if that's not the case, then like, you know,
What
20
is?
years from now, I could be bragging to every like, you know, if that's not the case, then I guess you could bring shit back down, but prices never go backwards ever. So like that's not possible.
I hate to say it, this is kind of why I decided to go into trade school so that I can be able to make a lot of money, but also be able to do something I really like to do. You
You
know,
have to.
you have to find, I'm being serious, and like it may take time, and it like took me time to find something you really love to do, like something you
Yeah.
really love to do. And trust me, like it might be something really hard, and do it.
Oh,
Because like
sorry. You just have to stick it out until you figure out what it is that you want to do.
yeah, and like once you have that backbone, like you can be able to do whatever you want to do from there. But does it really matter every 4 years when we have presidents coming in and out? Not really. Does it really matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat? Not really.
I mean, other than the fact that you're stupid, but you know.
I just say have your own, just have an open opinion. Like, don't just pick a side just because you read a headline, and keep an open perspective.
I just don't think anybody
Yeah.
cares. I
Nobody cares. Nobody wants to read. Nobody wants to
I just
procreate properly anymore these
it's
days.
such a depressing way to look at things. Like, and it's just like that's what we're gonna put everybody's focus on.
Do you
is
know what I look
like
forward to? Is like when I go to the grocery store and I see the buy one get one for the ice cream. You know, I'm like, I can get like this big tub of ice cream, get another one, and it's totally free, and I just give you $5.
Publix, dude.
Two
Publix is
50,
always doing the buy one get one all the
right? And it's
time.
like it's 250 instead of it being like $10 for two. It's now like 250 each. And it's like, yeah, hell yeah.
It was funny
Yeah.
because, like, when we went down to Publix, like, they had the buy one, get one all the time, and we were only there for, like, 1 week, so we are like, "Oh my god, we're never gonna use all this stuff," but, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Just leave the free one here? No. Like,
Take it with you.
I know, so we just take it with us. We'd have twice as much of
Do you
everything.
know how many Italians like travel with just salami and they're like
Dude, that sounds like a good idea. I love salami, I really do,
Oh
and I
my
didn't really
god.
know for a long time.
I like Genoa salami, you know, the ones with like the little
Yeah.
like
Fuck
black
yeah.
pepper, cornflake.
Mhm. I dream about that shit. I
Oh my
really
god.
do.
I dream about so many things too.
Yeah.
Particularly those with like brie
Yeah.
and
I dream.
camembert.
Some
Ooh.
big ass charcuterie plate, like, just, like, some
Yeah, with
crazy
grapes.
like,
Oh,
all this, like, sliced
and
up,
melon.
yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Mhm.
Strawberries, blueberries, uh
Chocolate.
chocolate, dark chocolate,
I like it when they do that thing where they have, like, the honey, like, smeared, and there's, like, little, like, nuts or, like, little things, like, in the
honeycombs,
honey. Oh my god. No, no,
honeycomb.
no. It's like they'll put, like, they'll, like, sprinkle little things in the honey that are, like, kinda crunchy so that you get, like, a little bit of, like, a crunch, but
Ooh, they also put like chili flakes sometimes.
yes. Spicy honey with
Hot honey.
charcuterie
Hot
out of the
honey.
and, like, all
Hot
these little
honey.
jams and shit. No, I love
I love
I love that
jalapeno
kinda
jam.
thing, and I legit can't afford it anymore. I did hear
Do you
that, like, Aldi is really good for, like, cheesies and meatsies when you're doing, like, charcuteries.
do you know like one of my favorites is orange marmalade? I
Absolutely, I like
love
marmalade,
orange.
yeah.
Okay, you get that, and then you get manchego,
I love manchego.
and you get what do you call that? It's the one that has the olives. What's the one that has the olives in it?
Mm.
You know which I'm talking about? It's like
There's olives
square.
in it?
Yeah, it has
Oh
like
my god, I need to eat it.
Google this. It's like a square shape and it has olive pieces
Square
in it.
cheese with olive
No, no, no.
pieces.
It's deli meat. It's deli meat that has olives in it, and it's like a square.
Mm.
You get that orange marmalade and manchego, and you get like the grain crackers, the one that has like little
Ah.
grains in them and things, and you kind of like
Like a
make it.
olive loaf. Yeah, that shit is
Yeah,
super
yeah.
tasty.
You know what is it called? It's called olive loaf.
I mean, it just says, like, pimento stuffed
Palmento.
olives.
Yeah, palmento. Okay.
Yeah, dude, when they start shoving stuff inside of olives, like, I'll just freak out, like I don't even like martinis, but I just suffered through one just for those olives with the cheese stuffed
I
inside.
would
Oh, good
take
god.
I would take a margarita over a martini. I like margaritas
If
more.
I didn't have to feel the way that a martini makes me feel the following day, I would be a martini bitch. Like,
I think those women
I
like to
like it.
suffer. I think that's why they drink it. Like they
They
need,
must build up a tolerance or something because, like, I felt like I could die, like, actual death.
but they sit there with their like tits like plumped out and like their chest like pulled back from like whatever kind of corset or spandex they're wearing. And like they're just drinking this like dry martini and just zero like just pure poker face. Like no emotions at all, and you're like, what? How is that physically possible? Like how do you do that? Tell me.
I don't know, I feel like I feel like they build up a tolerance. Like it's surprising that some of those like house moms can like legit like hold their liquor. I don't know how shit never like caught up to them because I used to be quite the drinker and I could drink really well and I could hold my liquor really, really well. But then, like, once I started losing a lot of weight and I didn't drink as much, then when I would drink, it like fucking destroyed me. Like, I would vomit the entire next day and like have the spends like nobody's fucking business. And like, it was like I was starting over from like ground zero, but like I
Especially
had,
like when you get crossfaded, which is
oh, I never,
you've never gotten crossfaded. Get the hell out of here.
no, I'm saying that I never just do one.
You've gotten crossfaded.
I never only smoke.
Wait, you do
Like,
both?
no, I'm saying I never only drink. Like, because I always smoke, if I'm drinking, I'm smoking
Oh shit.
tobacco.
Oh yeah, devil's lettuce, aka tobacco with an
Yeah,
X.
tobacco. But I'm saying, like, I'm never, like,
Yeah,
having
tobacco
a
with an
drink
X.
and not, like, smoking, you know, like a
Devil's
cigarette.
lettuce tobacco.
And it's just, like, it would be too hard to, like, have a drink and not smoke. Like, I'm sure, like
Devil's lettuce.
I have no idea, like, a lot of people devil's lettuce is a word for weed, and
No,
we're
it's
talking about
not.
tobacco.
It's
This
for
doesn't make any
tobacco.
sense. And so I just like you're totally confusing me.
That's my point.
Dude, I'm just looking at pictures of charcuterie boards.
Well, hey, you know what? Honestly, like that's kind of how I'm like picturing it in my mind. Is like I'm gonna make my charcuterie board the way hell I want to. All right, I'm gonna
Oh, those
put.
those tiny pickles and like a fig.
I want a really hot Italian man put those little tiny pickles in my mouth.
Oh. Hey, Italian men can be pretty dreamy sometimes. I remember meeting one at one point and being like, "Hey, like
They're
you're
surprisingly
probably not
like
interested."
no, like they're surprisingly like more into making a connection than like sexual, like particularly with gay Italian men. Like they won't like rush to like fuck you. Like they'll like try to get
It's
to know
cool.
you and spend time with you, and I like that. I like gay Italian men. They're very comforting.
I wonder how common it is for like a man to be like gay
In
and from
Italy,
Italy. Yes. What do you know?
hmm,
Do you
I
know
mean,
anything about that?
well, I mean, I'm like 20 something percent Italian, so like I'm kind of
You're an Italian gay man. I am
kind
speaking to one right
of.
now. Are there many Italian gay men?
I mean, I would assume so. Maybe. I mean, it's not a large country.
Yeah, it is pretty small, isn't it?
Yeah, but they have a gay community there. It's not like, and there's a gay Italian community here too.
What do the Italian people think about homosexuality? Is it, you
I don't
know,
know. I think like the Vatican has become like more accepting, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure.
yeah, they embraced condoms at some point too, which was just like crazy.
It's hilarious how like everybody looks to the. I think the people that look to the Vatican are Catholics, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so everybody else doesn't believe in the Vatican.
Oh, there's a bunch of people in Spain that are Catholic, and then there's a bunch of people in Italy that are Catholic, and then there's the Vatican, which is like its own fucking city
Yeah,
inside of
Vatican
Italy.
City.
Yeah. I just watched Euro Trip, and they're inside of the Vatican in Euro Trip, and it's
What is
actually
Euro
pretty
Trip?
ridiculous. You should watch it. It's fucking hilarious. It's also terrible, but there's like it's like probably a movie that came out in probably like 2004 and it's like the end of like ridiculous college movies. And basically they just go like study abroad like on a European trip or I think it's actually in between high school and college, but they get
Hence the
themselves
name
into
Euro
like,
trip.
yeah, they go on a European trip, a bunch of American students, and
Oh
they just
God.
get themselves into like a bunch of really ridiculous scenarios. Like they go to Amsterdam, and the
Of
one kid
course.
goes like to the red light district and
And
accidentally
smokes
like
marijuana.
he accidentally signs up for like dominatrix instead of like regular, and he's just like he can't read like the safe word because it's like in like Dutch or
Danish.
something, yeah, and Danish, and so yeah, I don't know, it's just like really
Isn't it
really
like cool their
funny.
language is Danish? Like delicious cheese Danish. I hear Danish and
The
I'm like, cheese
I thought the
Danish.
funniest part was like, I mean, there's a lot of different funny parts, but like they're trying to get into the Vatican, but like they don't have a tour. And so like the Vatican guard like lets them in, but like the only reason that he lets them in is like they like lied and like made up a story about how they were supposed to go there, and they were like, you can only go if you have like a real tour guide. So their friend pretends to be a tour guide, but then they like and they're like, well, who's this other guy? Like, what's this friend? You know? And they're like, they like lean over to the guard and they're like, he's like mentally retarded. And like, they like look over at him and he's like kind of like doing this like weird thing, like with like his ice
Completely
cream cone.
fake. Like they're just doing this just to get through.
Yeah, they're just
Hilarious.
trying to get through. And the guard is like, oh. And then like he goes
Ritardo,
yeah,
ritardo.
the
Sì,
guard is
sì,
like, oh.
signore.
And like it was just so funny because like it's like an old movie. Like you could never do that in a movie these days.
Oh no.
And so I just thought it was really funny like how
The only person that
inappropriate
could
it
do it is like
was.
Jennifer Coolidge. Like, can you imagine like Jennifer Coolidge just doing that? Like, I have disability.
It was a ridiculous movie. It was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
I wish Jennifer Coolidge was in there, because if Jennifer Coolidge was in that movie, do you know how much more funnier that movie would have been?
She is pretty funny.
She's
I
so
don't know.
funny. She's just
I'm glad
cute
she's
and-
doing well. Yeah, it was a good episode.
So that has been a wrap. Bins of
Porn,
wraps.
cheese, politics.
Porn. Did you say porn?
Yeah, we talked
I-
about politics and work and school and cheese and porn.
Porn
We talked about a lot of stuff.
and porn
I advise balance.
and porn.
Yeah, just remember there's a lot of pretending happening in the porn.
If you want to find Carissa, you can find her at American Groove Pod on Instagram. And if you want to check out Lost in the Groove, find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and Lost in the Groove. So that we love y'all. Catch you on the next episode.
I love you.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Bye.
Oh my god, are we still fucking recording? Jesus Christ.